Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about my views on different types of sports and why I prefer individual sports like rock climbing, biking, running, lifting, all that sort of stuff to team sports like football, basketball, that sort of stuff. And while I'm a fan of stuff like basketball and football, I don't enjoy playing those sports as often or as much as I enjoy climbing or running or lifting or biking. Especially these first couple of months at college here, I've been climbing. I'm on a 6 day streak of going to the climbing gym with one of my buddies, and I bike every day that I don't lift. So I'm very into these individual sports and not so much into team sports. I'll go play with my friends occasionally. We have a flag football team, but I usually don't take those sports as serious, and I don't care as much, and I tend to not have as much fun with them. So I've thought about this a lot, and I think the main reason why would be the concept that in an individual sport, all the effort is comes from the individual, and all the responsibility for the outcome comes to the individual as well. So, for example, let's look at a football team. You could go an entire game as like a wide receiver without getting a single touch. You could, and the entire game is just played as normal, and you could not have a single touch, and your team could win, or they could lose. You don't have control over that. You don't have the same control over whether you win or lose as an individual player on a team. And it for me, that's not as competitive. It's not as intense. It's not as interesting for me because I don't have as much control over the outcome of the game by my individual effort. So I could play the greatest game of basketball ever, which it's happened before in the past. I've played a really good game and my team just let me down, or I could play it like absolute shit and then my team still wins. So it's just a very uh, different way of playing, which I don't like as much. I like to think that if I put in enough effort, I'll get the reward of winning. And if I don't put in enough effort, if I don't play well, I'm going to lose. I I like that concept. I feel that individual sports are more just in that sense. If an individual puts in more effort, if they work harder and win, or if they work harder, they're going to do better. Like for biking, for example, I can't just have it say, "Oh, I'm just going to bike really slow today," and still expect to like get done really fast. Or yeah, I can't. It just doesn't make sense. Like you don't have another teammate that's carrying you, or yeah, that sort of stuff doesn't exist. Or for lifting, when I go to the gym, all the gains are mine. It's not like someone else is coming in to lift my max for me and say, "Oh, that's your new max." Like that doesn't even make sense. And yeah, that's not. I'm definitely more of a fan of individual sports in that sense. And yeah, same thing for rock climbing. I climb the wall. There's not somebody climbing with me to like do the hard parts for me or climb half the wall for me. It's all individual. So all that effort is mine. And as a result of that, all the benefits of winning come to me, and all the hardships of losing fall upon me as well. Because, like, on a team, I can't really care as much if we win or lose because I don't have as much of a personal interest in winning or losing because I didn't put in as much. I didn't like control the outcome of the game through my effort alone. So for an individual sport, if I climb the wall and get up to the top, that's all on me. I get all the pride boost. I get all the new like confidence or celebration of making it to the top. For biking, when I go bike for like 15 miles, it's like, yes, I just did this. Like it's all the pride comes to me, and it's yeah, is it? And it's the same thing for any individual sport. But also, the same thing applies when like you lose because all the pain of a loss comes to you as well, which I prefer that more because I like to take on things where it's purely my responsibility, where if I lose, I lose. I don't like playing terrible and still winning and still feeling good about that. I can't feel good about that. I don't want to feel good about that. And it ultimately breeds complacency. If you're on a really good team and you're a terrible player, there's no reason for you to improve because your team's going to carry you. But if you're terrible at an individual sport, you have every incentive to improve. Because you want to win. You want to get better so that you can win more matches, more games. And it's a lot more competitive too. Like in tennis, tennis is a sport that I play quite a bit. So in tennis, like it's purely one-on-one, or in single. I prefer singles a lot more to doubles, obviously for all. Like that's the topic of this video, kind of. Yeah, so it's just one-on-one. It's everything, all the weight of the win comes onto me, all the weight of the loss comes onto me, and my effort is directly responsible for the outcome of the game. In doubles, on the other hand, I often feel as though like I'm playing, but how I'm playing has no impact on what the score is. So we could be going up by a lot, and I just feel like I'm not playing any better or worse, if that makes any sense. Because there's like instances where I have a good play or stuff, but I don't feel like I'm doing consistently well throughout the game. I don't feel that same intensity that I feel with an individual sport. And that's ultimately why I prefer individual sports to team sports, because it's the difference in intensity that comes from your effort being directly responsible for a win or loss, and you being able to take full responsibility for the outcome of a game, match, a contest, any of that sort of stuff. All right, I think that's all I have to say for today. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.